This is Chapter 4, Section 1 Notes. In this chapter, we're going to be doing a lot of graphing and talking about tables and things like that. So this first problem says the graph shows the volume of air in a balloon as you blow it up until it pops. What are the variables? So over here on the right is the graph. It's labeled air in the balloon, and you can see on the y-axis you have the volume, and on the x-axis this is time. So here you're blowing up the balloon, and then you take a breath. You blow up the balloon, take a breath, blow up the balloon, take a breath, blow up, and then it pops. Okay, so the first question is, what are the variables? The variables can be found on the axes. That's why they're labeled. So I have T for time and V for volume. Those would be the variables in this graph. Part B, describe how the variables are related at various points in the graph. So the volume increases as time increases until the balloon pops. So it's just as simple as that. So you're just describing what the graph is showing you. Problem number 2, matching a table and a graph. This problem says a band followed fans to download its new video from its website. The table shows the total number of downloads after 1, 2, 3, and 4 days. Which graph could represent the data shown on the table? So the first thing I'm going to do is look at the table, and I can see that the difference in the downloads, well, from the first day to the second day, they got 665 more downloads. From the second day to the third day, they gained 2,444 more downloads. And from the third day to the fourth day, they gained 6,971 more downloads. Now, this is increasing over time, which I'm sure the band is glad to see. However, it's not at a constant rate. So between the first and second day, it increased hundreds. Second and third, thousands. Third and fourth, even more thousands. So it's not going to be a constant line of increasing, but it is increasing. So as I look at these graphs, I can see, okay, part A, this is a steady increase. We just said that it wouldn't be a steady increase. C is an increase, but see how it's leveling off? This is actually increasing, so it shouldn't look like C either. B, on the other hand, starts off slow and then it starts increasing much quicker, which is what this graph is showing. And then D is a decline, which is definitely not the case. So B would be the graph to match this table. The last problem is sketching a graph. And this says a model rocket rises quickly, then slows to a stop as its fuel burns out. It begins to fall quickly until its parachute opens, after which it falls slowly back to Earth. What sketch of a graph could represent the height of the rocket during its flight? Label each section. Okay, so what I did was I started with my Earth, okay, and this should be labeled as height. Okay, and as the rocket rises up, it goes pretty quickly, so that should be a steep line. Then it slows to a stop, so this is it slowing as its fuel burns out. It then begins to quickly fall until the parachute opens. So it falls quickly, parachute opens, and it gradually goes back to Earth. Notice how I labeled each section so I know exactly where the rocket is doing at each point in time.